Greetings, grasshoppers. Welcome to the bot signal. Today we're talking about letting your freak flag fly in your business. Why would you do that? How do you do it? We're going to talk about all of that and more right after this. The bot signal has appeared in the sky. Ladies, gentlemen, and every coordinate in between. Welcome to the bot signal. My name is RJ Redden. Entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their marketing because most feel like they're shouting into a black hole online. They can't get traction to save their lives. Many just sound like a carbon copy of everybody else. So, I create epic engagement experiences that get people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. Bottom line, if you want your business to soar, better take the woman in the cape. All right, everybody. So, letting your freak flag. Fleek is over, by the way. I've just heard. And letting your freak flag fly in your business. Why would you do this? How do you do this? Ed, hey, great to talk to you, my friend. I am so happy to see you on the program today. So, I got the idea for this particular show. I got the idea just walking around Clubhouse, It's a digital platform, wandering around Clubhouse a little bit and, just really kind of checking out some of my fellow people there. How do you stand out on a platform that's audio only? You don't even have video to help you out. How do you stand out? How do you separate yourself from the sea of sameness? A lot of times people get caught up in, the buzzwords that you have to say, and all of the different things, or they're not clear on their message entirely. You'll read somebody's statements of what they do and you go, what do they do? That happens a lot. But today is all about putting a personality into your business so that when people read your little bio, when people hear, go somewhere to hear you talk, or get a sense of you online, that they get really a sense of who you are and what your personality is. People don't fall in love with buzzwords. Allow me to repeat that. People don't fall in love with buzzwords. They fall in love with you. They trust you. I said this to, somebody that I had hired to do some stuff for my business. And this person was talking to me about all of the different things that he had on offer and describing and telling me all these features and stuff. And I was like, hey, I didn't buy any of that. I bought the peace of mind that this part of my business is being worked on and that somebody that I trust is doing that for me. And that while there may be bumps in the road, that you will never let me down. That's what I bought. And I think it surprised him. It surprised him because we think about those features a whole lot, but I want you to think today about how you stand out. How, if 50 other people were in a room that do what you do, why would someone come up to you? That's what we want to think about this morning, because I think it's a really important topic. Standing out online is hard, isn't it? I mean, not everybody has to wear a cape and goggles. Let's just get that straight. You don't have to do this. I do this because I love it, and it just makes me giggle every time I put it on. But I know that people actually do have kind of serious professional jobs out there. I'm also a serious professional. I'm just serious in a different way. But I know that that some of the things that I do aren't appropriate for everybody. But what is appropriate for you? How do you put your personality, your thoughts and feelings occasionally into your brand. For me, yeah, this is an interesting one. So I spend a lot of time, especially on the weekends, because I do a little bit of research for the shows and I read some articles and things like that. And some of them are just pure, rehashed. This other person said this, so I'm gonna add a couple of sentences and say it too. A lot of stuff is rehashed on the internet. Some of it's not even really all that well thought out, and I kind of throw those articles out. But I also tend to throw stuff out that doesn't stand out to me, that doesn't have any edge in it, that doesn't have any sort of idea that there's a human being that wrote this. And again, I'm not asking people to, bare their soul, go do the Oprah interview. Saw that this weekend. That was very interesting. Anyway, I'm not asking people to bare their souls, obviously, but people need to know that there is a human being behind your brand. People need to know that. And in the old days, a lot of face-to-face networking, right? That's how people knew that there was a human being behind that brand. Well, to some extent, and for some future months running here, we'll still not really have that back. So how can you make your brand stand out now? How can you make it oh, hey, Jessica, good to see you there as well. How do you make it stand out now? How do if you're used to just presenting everything in a real official way, without adding, too much of your own style into it, it might seem scary. It might seem a little scary to kind of step into those waters. But people don't people don't buy from screens. People buy from human beings. Now, read a little quote over the weekend. It was pretty cool stuff. People connect to the people and things that they care about. Whether that thing is a cause or common ground or, something else. But that's, when people connect, it's important for you and your business to know what they're connecting to. Joe Dexter, hey, love that quote. Fabulous. Thank you for showing up today. So, there's a lot of reasons why putting a little personality into your brand is a good thing. Personality creates an impression. Personality cuts through noise. It cuts through noise. If I am this, if I'm standing out over here, because once again, Clubhouse, right? I'm wandering around. There are a lot of coaches on there, babies. If your target market is coaches and you're not on Clubhouse yet, I suggest you take a little walk on the wild side with me. But I read a lot of coach profiles, and a lot of them say the exact same thing from each other. If you were to inject a little personality, if you're even to maybe talk in the first person sometimes, I know, scary, right? That can improve your chances of attracting someone. Now, I get asked this a lot, and I just want to clarify this one up right now. When you are powerfully attracting those people that are your ideal clients, you are also every time repelling other people. Because no matter who you are, somebody's repelled by your personality. I know I repel people all the time. The thing is, I'm comfortable with it. I'm very, very comfortable with it. I know that not everybody's going to like me. I know that, and I'm okay with that. Make sure that if you are considering putting some personality into your brand, that you too are okay with the fact that somebody might look at you, somebody might listen to the sound of your voice for 5 seconds and go, "Woo, not for me." It is okay. In fact, it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely, because if I were sitting here in a polo talking about the same buzzwords as everybody else, desperately trying to be heard in a sea of sameness out there. More people might come to me, but them not liking my real personality, that's going to have consequences. When you are both attracting the right people and repelling the wrong people, you're doing the right thing in marketing. You're doing the right thing because you will stand out. You, the human being, will stand out. So let me get to a question here that I think that if you guys want to, you can totally write in the comments for me. You don't have to go all cape and goggles on this thing. You don't. But I want you to think about, what is it that is uniquely you? What is it that nobody else has on the face of the earth that makes you a better product or service provider than anybody else? What's that thing that's going to make people walk up to you? It's, think about that for a couple minutes and then start jotting it in the comments for me. We'll celebrate you. For me, what's my unique thing that sets me apart from other people? I'll tell you what, I think that for me, it's my creative problem solving that sets me apart from other people. It's the fact that I absolutely love to have fun. I do think that not having enough fun is a terrible symptom of a terrible sickness that we entrepreneurs get sometimes. The all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Cue the Shining scene right here. Anyway, those are a couple of things that help me stand out from the next marketer with like a huge cool hairdo, who has 1 million followers on Instagram. No, I want to stand apart from those folks. And you know what? If it isn't broken, do not fix it. If you're getting clients, then you're fine. If you're getting enough clients, you're fine. But what is unique about you? What is that element about you that nobody else has or seems to have in your circle? Or your fellow your colleagues in your business, colleagues, competitors, whatever you want to call them. What is it about you that somebody would go, oh, okay, Joe Dexter's my guy? What is it? So for me, I say creative problem solving, um, because I have always had this. I've always had this in my head, and it took me forever. It took me into my 30s to understand not everybody has that. I didn't know. I just thought everybody else in the world, when they had a problem, just kind of, had a little mind movie in your head about what off the wall solutions, and then eventually you pick one and you go forward. I thought everybody had that. They don't. They don't. And sometimes people are a little intimidated by it, as I found out as well. Anyway, that and just the joy of being alive right now. Being alive right now. What if today? What if today is the day? What if today is the day that if you have been suffering any sort of a trials or stuff like that, what if today's the day that turns it around for you, or turns around for you and everybody you know? What if today's that day? My radar is always up for having that kind of a day, and that's part of what helps motivate me a lot in business. Got a comment here. I can relate to that skill too. All right, creative problem solving, yay. Fantastic. So when you're building a brand that is more, either starting to be more around your personality, or maybe you're building something from the ground up. And if you need to build a brand from the ground up, I got some people. Brad Nana. They are magnificent at doing this, and I will introduce you at any moment to them because they are wonderful people. But if you are thinking about adding some more personality to your brand, remember every time you do so, every time you add attractiveness to your brand, you are adding repellent at the same time. And if you are okay with that, if you are okay with the fact that you don't serve everyone, took me a long time to get over that in business. That whole thing of I just want to serve everybody. I just want to work with everybody. Everybody needs me. Mm, maybe, maybe. But there's when you get clients, there's always a learning curve with any client you add to your base. There's always a learning curve. And there's always, for me, there's learning how to serve them best, learning how to communicate on a level where everybody trusts and understands each other, right? That's a huge, huge thing. I mean, because I can show up with all the knowledge that I have and, dazzle your marketing. But if I'm not communicating well with my clients, it's over. It's over. Something will be misunderstood, darling. It will happen. So, there's always a learning curve on the communication level. For me, the more people that I attempt to get on that level with, the more energy it takes. Make sense to you? I get another client, and then, okay, it's the communication thing that we need to learn. And then the more clients I get, the more energy that takes. And the more that you kind of start walking down a road with somebody and you figure out you shouldn't be there. For me, the fact that whenever I add personality to my brand, I'm also adding repellent means the more true to myself that I am, the less clients will actually come through my door and the quality, whoop, upgrades. How does that happen? How does that happen? Because the more me that I am, the more true to myself that I am, and the more that I am able to let that freak flag fly and just get that out there to people, the better qualified clients come in to talk to me. The people that understand my communication level easier, those are the people that show up and talk to me. And then therefore it takes less energy to communicate more effectively with my clients. It really works on a number of levels. This personality, putting personality into your brand. It really works on a lot of levels, my friends. Gosh, what a beautiful Monday morning. It has stopped raining in Omaha, Nebraska. It rained all weekend long. And let me just tell you something about my little dog. He ain't going out. He just is not going to leave in the rain. I know this is a total side note, but he just does not. He just will refuse. I think the sound of the rain and the wind actually scare him into submission. He's just a little tiny thing, you know what I'm saying? And it just freaks him out way too much. So after a weekend of really, really trying our very best to get him outside, it has stopped raining in Omaha, Nebraska. I feel like a new human. Also, total side note again, I went to the movies yesterday. What? No, I went to the movies yesterday. It was craziness. So a friend of mine had a birthday, and here in Omaha, you can rent out a movie theater. You can rent out a movie theater and have like 20 people in there, all socially distanced from each other, and like see a movie. It was insane. It was wonderful. It was wonderful to be able to, and it was a surprise party for my friend as well. His wife, a keeper. Anyway, so the surprise was successfully pulled off, and we all got to the movie theater early and got our popcorn, and we're hanging out, and oh man, it was just so good to see some friends. It was so great to surprise my friend who had a birthday yesterday. It was so great. It was so great to be out in public again. My friends, it's coming. There will be an end to all this. There just will. So anyway, personality in your brand, letting your freak flag fly, sharing something about yourself that reminds people that you're a human being, and that, to me, that's where the trust lies. That's where the trust starts to get developed. I used to before bots, before any of these interactive experience things, I used to chase people for a phone call. I used to try to get people on my calendar, chase them down. I had Facebook ads running at one point. Boy, that was a huge waste of money for me at the time. And having not hired a professional and thought I could do those things by myself, I can't. I don't want to. Anyway, I'd get people on a call and it would just be such a process of trying to calm them down. You'd have to chase people too, had a lot of no shows. Um, now that and that was back when I had the polo shirt, that was back when I just, there was really nothing to my brand. There was really nothing to any of that. It was just, I mean, my first business was called, get ready, Redden Tech Advising. Wow. How boring is that? How absolutely boring is that? I felt like it said the name. I mean, that's what I did, tech advising. Yeah, that's what I did. Wow, though. Wow. How incredibly boring. And I would chase people. I would chase people for a call. I'd chase people for everything. And it just felt like I was running on ice. No traction online. No traction online. That has been me. And so today I just encourage you. Encourage you to think outside of the box that you've been taught to market in. I encourage you to stand out a little bit. Hey, you can do this experiment a little bit at a time. You can stick your toe into the water and share something, come up with something, share something, see how it goes, see if it, see if it changes your direction at all. If it does, try something a little bit more. You can go into this slowly. You don't have to shut the lights out on your old brand and switch the lights on your new brand next Thursday. You don't need to do that. But what I am asking you to do is, among your benefits, among your selling points, there is something about you. There's something about you that nobody else on the face of the earth has. Something unique, something that makes you stand apart from everybody else. Among your selling points needs to be that uniqueness. However you choose to communicate it, it's okay if you wear a polo shirt. I was just using that as an example. It's okay. It's okay if you do that. But I need you to know. I need you to know what that factor is. What's the you factor? And how can you bring that to more of your marketing experiences? Because if you can, it'll do you wonders. I promise. All right, my friends. I got an oh my word from Jessica. I have no idea what that's in response to, but thank you. It's been a beautiful Monday morning so far. It really has. I want to thank you all for joining me. If you've got any questions about specifically, letting that freak flag fly, putting personality in your brand, toss them in the comments for me. I'm going to close up in a few minutes, but I've got time to answer questions about this. I think that the main thing for me is figuring out that uniqueness, figuring out what you bring to the table. I am, I'm pretty talented at a lot of the things that I do, but at the end of the day, people aren't buying my talent. They're buying the assurance that I will be there for them, that I will do my job and do it well, that I will, put my brain to work for whatever the issue is. And that is what people are really buying. They're really, you could list me features and possibly benefits all day. and it won't do anything for me. But if I trust you, then that's the thing. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be rolling over to Clubhouse here. If you're in Clubhouse, come visit Strategy Hackers. It's part of the club that I get to be an admin with, and I'm going to be picking up this conversation there in 5 minutes. So roll over to Strategy Hackers or just come find me. Starting a room with the very same name as the title of this, and you can come join me up on stage, and we can talk about specifically how do you do things like this? How do you attract people with your personality, putting personality into that brand and letting that freak flag fly? So very good, darlings. It's been a wonderful Monday. Tomorrow, we also have a great topic. I forget what it is, but it's totally listed. Wherever you're seeing this, you'll see me tomorrow at exactly the same time talking about engagement marketing in some fashion. And from me to you, want to thank you for coming today. Want to thank you for joining me and being, kind of the best audience ever. And with that, I will see you in a bot.